All right, hey everybody, hope your day is going well. It's time for a quick update here, all about what we're expecting from Tropical Storm Hanna. And I think the volume is a little loud on the mic. Let me check it real quick. Yeah, guys, let me turn it down just a little bit. But let's go ahead and get into it. Right now, before we start talking about Tropical Storm Hanna, let's talk a little bit about the allergy report. Right now, mold coming in at a heavy level. We also have ragweed coming in at a light level, and that's about it, guys. We don't have anything else out there that we're dealing with. Cool. Turn it down a little bit. It sounds a little bit better. Checking it on Facebook, of course. I'm watching Facebook. I see a lot of people already commenting, saying that they missed the rain. They want the rain to happen. They haven't seen rain yet. But guys, don't worry. The rain is coming. There's a lot of it over towards the Texas coast right now. So, for the start of our day, see just a little bit of cloud cover. And this cloud cover is actually stemming from Tropical Storm Hanna. You notice the band there. Kind of a little bit of a banding effect that's coming off from this system. A big tropical storm right now, right over the Gulf of Mexico, and it's making its way off to the west-northwest. Now, here's the thing. If you're along the coast, it's going to be a lot of strong winds. It's going to be the issue of water spouts and tornadoes for those that are just along the coast. Also going to be dealing with very heavy rainfall, especially just to the south of San Antonio, where that's where the heaviest of the rain is going to be here as we make our way for Sunday and Monday. So, there it is. Tropical Storm Hanna, located in the northwest portion of the Gulf of Mexico, just off the Texas coast. This will actually be the first H-named storm to hit the Texas coastline since Harvey in 2017. Thankfully, this storm will be much weaker. This is actually the earliest we've ever had an H-named storm, too. So, the earliest we've ever made it to this number of named storms in history, recorded history. So that lets you know it's a very active hurricane season already, and the latest storm, of course, being Hanna as it makes its way, or Hanna rather, as it makes its way closer on towards the coast. Right now, moving west at about west-northwest at 9 miles per hour. Winds are at about 45 miles per hour. Now, there's the latest forecast cone, again, anywhere from St. Joe Island, stretching all the way down to South Padre Island. It's going to be getting closer towards there. You see that much of the rain, the heaviest of the rain, will be staying just to our south. There's what most of the spaghetti models are showing. Again, these are just a few model runs that are trying to show us where it thinks the storm could go. So, we do have tropical storm warnings in place for much of the Texas coastline. I have a little bit of something that I'm going to show and tell here in a second. Comment in Facebook if you know what this is, by the way. I want to talk all about this in just a second. But we have a tropical storm warning stretching from Brownsville all the way up towards near Galveston, not just to Galveston quite yet, but a tropical storm warning all the way up to near the Galveston area. This storm is going to, again, continue to push west, and we'll get really heavy rainfall from this, but not so much in the way of wind dangers here. The wind isn't going to be much of an issue for us, but we could have a brief spin-up tornado or two possible through the weekend and into next Monday. We're going to talk about that in a second. So the hurricane hunters have been flying these storms. That forecast cone you saw just a second ago is made more accurate thanks to what the hurricane hunters drop in the storms. This is a drop sonde. They'll drop this within the storm to gather more data so that we know the health of the storm and where it could be traveling. This was not one of the Air Force Reserve hurricane hunters. Now, the Air Force Reserve does have hurricane hunters. They fly C-130s. They have flown this storm. That's actually their flight that they did overnight actually upgraded this storm. They found the tropical storm force winds leading Tropical Depression 8 to be upgraded to Tropical Storm Hanna. And then they are also right now flying Tropical or Hurricane Douglas in the Pacific. They're flying from Hawaii. And then they're flying from St. Croix out to the Atlantic to fly our other tropical storm that's out there right now, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. We're not going to get too into that just yet. But yeah, hurricane hunters are real busy, both NOAA Corps and the Air Force hurricane hunters. NOAA Corps is flying in a WP3 Orion, nicknamed Miss Piggy. that they fly into the storms to gather more information, and they just finished up their flight. They're heading back to their base, which is in Lakeland, Florida. So we're going to talk more about that in a second, but first of all, let's take a look at what we have as far as the showers and storms are concerned. As we make our way through today, not too much, just about a 20 to 30% chance for a few showers and storms this afternoon. Watch what happens as we head throughout the day on Saturday and Sunday, though. Really heavy rain starts to pick up. This is 11:30 a.m. on Saturday. Notice where that main area of rotation was, where the center of the storm may be. Going to be right over towards our friends in Corpus Christi. This storm continues to push west, and you notice that little bit of an eye feature. Even though this system is forecast to come on shore with 60-mile-per-hour sustained winds, we may actually see that forecast change over the next 12 to 18 hours. We may see that it strengthens more. It's a very healthy system, so we'll just have to keep a close eye on that. Either way, we're still expecting heavy rain in our neck of the woods here in South Texas. Notice 7:30 p.m. on Saturday, really heavy rain moving through Bexar County. We're going to have the risk of some isolated flash flooding from these storms. And again, I mentioned it earlier, a brief spin-up tornado can't be ruled out as well with some of these. Sometimes when you have a spin in the atmosphere nearby, it can lead to brief spin-up tornadoes in your area. The strongest winds from the tropical storm itself will stay well to the south of our region, impacting our friends between Corpus Christi and Laredo. That's also where the heaviest of the rain is going to be. Notice as we head throughout the day on Sunday, more showers and storms. That's going to continue as we head throughout the day Monday too, bringing much needed rainfall to the region. Anywhere from 1 inch to 3 inches. That light blue that you see, that's 1 inch of rain possible. And then as you get all the way into the purples, you're getting closer to the 2-inch mark. And then once you see reds, we're talking 3 inches of rain. So a ton of rain expected for our region. To our south, even south of Corpus Christi, they could see 5+ inches of rain. That's where the heaviest amount of rain is expected. And that again will be over the next 7 days, but a majority of this will fall from Saturday all the way through Monday. So here's a look at the drought monitor. Again, extreme drought has built its way back into parts of Val Verde County, Kinney County, and Maverick counties. We also still have the severe to moderate drought. So again, we could see some really big relief from this heavy rainfall. So this month, we've had no recorded measurable rainfall at the San Antonio airport. We are more than 2 inches behind our average for the month. We need rain, and we're going to get some much needed rain here as we make our way throughout this week. So the Edwards Aquifer is still trending well below that 660 mark, which is what we need in order to start to move out of these stage 1 restrictions. And I think we're going to get enough rain to really help the aquifer. I don't know if it's going to be enough to bring us out of stage 1 restrictions, but it should be enough to at least improve the aquifer a bit. We also have Tropical Storm Gonzalo. That's where the Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunters are flying right now. They're actually in a mission heading out to Gonzalo to gather more information on this storm, because this is another storm that we're going to have to watch. Now, this one still has a long ways away before it even gets anywhere near us, or before it can even be considered a concern, but it's something we want to watch. It's moving west at 18 miles per hour. It's expected to strengthen into a strong tropical storm by Saturday afternoon as it crosses the Lesser Antilles, moving into the Caribbean. And then once it gets into the Caribbean, that's when we're not sure what could happen. If it turns north, not as much of an issue for the Gulf, but if it continues that westerly track, we'll have to keep a close eye, because it could be an issue for the Gulf down the line, but right now, again, can't be considered too much of a concern. Finally, we've got a lot going on in the tropics, but this is the last one we have to give you an update on. A low chance for tropical development over the next 5 days as a tropical wave comes off the coast of Africa. You notice a 30% chance as it gets closer to the Lesser Antilles there, kind of where Gonzalo is right now. So your next 7 days, lots of good chances for rain, guys. Saturday through Monday, we see increased chances for rainfall, just a slight chance for rain on Friday. And then you see that as we head from Tuesday through Thursday, going to be slight to medium chances for rain there. But, man, we're going to get a good amount of rain here Saturday through Monday. Again, it's much needed rainfall, so good to see the rain chances in the forecast. Also, you'll notice something. Our averages should be around the mid-70s to mid-90s for lows, mid-90s for highs. We're going to be at or below average. Most of July, we were above average. So some below average temperatures is going to be nice to see. Grace has a good question. Andrew, are we going to see any severe storms with this tropical storm? Grace, the answer is severe weather not as likely for us. We could have a brief spin-up tornado or two, though, from likely what would be weaker tornadoes, but not the typical long-track tornadoes that we typically get. That's what I'm trying to get at there. They would be more short-lived. Something that we more typically get with a tropical storm and a hurricane are brief spin-up tornadoes. They're mainly common closer to the coast, but that doesn't mean that they can't happen further inland. So especially if you're in B and Live Oak counties, it's more likely that you could have a spin-up. But as you get inland, you're still going to have that threat. So we're going to watch that for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And of course, we're going to have team members in throughout the weekend, keeping everybody updated on this storm. Myself and meteorologist Megan Massey are, of course, going to be covering that this weekend. So yeah, lots of rain expected. I see people saying we need the rain. Well, guess what? Past the 7-day forecast, day 8 through day 14, we have above average rainfall expected for our region. So much needed rain expected to continue, not just this week, but next week too. And then there you see it, the temperature outlook. It doesn't look like we're going to cool down much. Looks like we're going to be staying warmer from day 8 through day 14 as well. So your Texas City Lone Star 3-day forecast. Let's take a look. A lot of shower and thunderstorm activity. It's not just us, and it's all being caused by Tropical Storm Hanna, bringing in showers and thunderstorm activity, a lot of it, as we make our way throughout the next 3 days. And again, it's expected to continue through Monday as well. Those further off to the north, they're not going to be able to be as lucky to get rainfall from this system. Finally, cloudy with a chance of learning. That's going to continue here as we head throughout today. Again, we're taking a field trip to the San Antonio Zoo. Should be a lot of fun. I think we're checking out some of the big cats today. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what we have in store for today. Last week we checked out the rhinos. It was a lot of fun. Again, if you've been missing out on these, we're keeping the learning going as we head throughout the summer here at Kent's 5. We want to make sure that the kids can continue to learn while school is out. Be sure to tune in Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. for those. So, let's see here. I see is the tornado threat in Live Oak County, including northern part of Live Oak, southern Atascosa. Jenny, you know, it will still be possible. Again, the chance isn't as high unless you're closer to the coast, Jenny, like even southern Live Oak, southern B County, but it can't be ruled out completely. So it's going to be the closer we are to that center of circulation, where that storm comes ashore, that center of circulation, you get more spin in the atmosphere, and that can lead you to some of those brief spin-up tornadoes. And of course, we'll continue to keep everyone updated. We'll do these Facebook Lives just like we always do for severe weather threats. As we head throughout the weekend, make sure everyone can stay informed and aware of what's going on with the tropical storm and any of the showers and storms in the area. Again, really heavy rainfall could lead to flash flooding in some spots. It's going to be wherever those rain bands set up, and we'll keep everyone updated throughout the system. So Grace says, when will the next tropical system arrive in the Gulf of Mexico? Grace, it's hard to tell. You know, if that tropical storm Gonzalo makes its way to the Gulf, maybe by not early next week, but the week after that. So we could be talking about 2 weeks away before it makes it to the Gulf, a little less than that. So right now, again, it can't be a concern because so much can change with the forecast. It may not even make it. It may fizzle out. It may go north. It may turn early. It may go into Central America. All those are possible right now. So we'll continue to watch that and keep you updated just in case. All right. So I think we're going to go ahead and sign off here, guys. Again, we do have a tropical storm out there we're going to continue to keep you updated on as we head throughout today. Meteorologist Stacia Wilson is on at noon with the latest update on this system. Again, it is forming pretty quick. I mentioned, guys, that even though it is expected to have 60-mile-per-hour winds, I would not be surprised if this system did manage to become a weak hurricane before landfall. But a strong tropical storm and a weak hurricane is just a couple of miles per hour. Just remember that. You could probably walk that kind of a speed. Either way, it's going to be a significant system for rainfall and possibly some lower amounts of storm surge closer on towards Corpus. Again, the bigger deal is going to be the heavy rainfall that's going to come from this system, especially between Corpus and Laredo. Guys, I hope you stay safe today. Remember, today will be a drier day compared to what we have over the weekend, so if you have anything you got to get done outdoors, get it done today. And again, meteorologist Stacia Wilson will be on this today at noon for the latest update on the system. I'll be doing Cloudy with a Chance of Learning at 1 o'clock with the San Antonio Zoo, and then we'll be on at 4, 5, 6, and 10 with the latest on the forecast. Y'all have a great one.